Missing components of hormone replacement therapy. So I get it all the time. Hey, listen, my doctor prescribed me testosterone. Hey, that's great. How long have you been on testosterone? I've been on it for 6 months, John. So how are you feeling? Oh, I still feel kind of tired. I have water retention. This guy feels like he's bloated all the time and everything like that. I'm more irritable. I think I'm just going to get off the testosterone. I think the testosterone is making me like this. And I always throw it back in their court. Have you checked your estrogen levels, your ET, estradiol levels on a blood test? And they usually tell me, no, my doctor didn't check that, or she didn't check that. And I'm like, well, why not? They said I need to, or, I don't know why, I don't know. So if they're going to check your hormones, we know that testosterone, exogenous testosterone, that means testosterone put from an outside source. Whether it's an injectable, whether it's a cream you're applying, whether it's a troche or an oral lozenger, whatever it may be. However you're taking exogenous testosterone from an outside source. You're putting it inside the body. So your body and your receptors for your hormones in your brain are going to pick this up. And they're going to tell, right, there's a signal that goes from your brain to your testicles, or, for girls, it's down to your ovaries. And at that point, that signal is going to get turned off, especially for guys. It gets turned off. That signal then is turned off, so it's not working. There's no communication between there. The testicles go through atrophy, they get shrinkage, and they get turned off. So at that point, we need to introduce ACG. Well, the aromatization for testosterone, and we know it's going to aromatize into estrogen and DHT, we know we want to block that. We don't want high estrogen levels. And I know it's a big thing out there, and people are like, well, why not? What's high estrogen? Where should I be at? And it should really be on how you feel, and within a normal range, the reference range. Not within a multiple range of my testosterone's here, multiplied by this, it should be my estrogen level, it should be high right here. No, that's not how it should be. You should be having estrogen levels within range, not too low and not too high, obviously, because you get negative side effects. If it's too low, you'll feel too dry, achy. You could have libido issues, muscle cramps, soreness. So that's not good. High estrogen levels, water retention, irritability, fat deposits, possible gynecomastia. So at that point, you don't want it too high either. It's all about harmonic balance in your body. Your body comes from nature. Think about it like that. You want nature, harmonic balance. You want everything working properly at optimal levels so it can all work and give you the optimal result and the quality of life that you really, really want, that you're really, really striving for, that you're paying for, that you want to go after. So these are priorities to me. I want to make sure my body, all organs, all hormones, everything is working properly, and I'm feeling good too. It's not just about numbers. So don't let anybody or any doctor say, well, your numbers are good. Well, doc, I don't feel good. Why don't I feel good? I don't know. You feel, I don't know. You look good. On paper, you look good. So it's just in your head. You're living in your body. You know your body better than anybody else. And you think that something's really, really wrong. Maybe you should get a second opinion from somebody. Or a third, possibly. You never know. I've met a lot of different doctors, practitioners, and some are really, really good. And some are very, very stubborn. And they're thinking that what I say is gold. And this is the only way. I don't care what you say. I'm the doctor. That's not the way to be. They should definitely be listening to you as a patient. You're, paying them, essentially, either insurance or out of your pocket. And at that point, they should listen to your problem of what it is. Now, you can't be telling a million problems about life stories and everything like that. A physical or mental issue that you think that you need to address with your practitioner or medical doctor. That's what their service is for you, like their core of care, then they should listen to you and they should help you out and want to find out what is the problem and the root of the problem, not putting Band-Aids over it. Like if a guy comes in and he says, hey, listen, doc, I'm depressed, I have ED issues, fat deposits, I'm just not feeling myself. Instead of giving me antidepressants, or we get them Viagra or Cialis or whatever it is, and just covering up these issues or possibly making them worse. Because if they do give them antidepressants, and let's say it is low testosterone, they haven't even tried to raise the testosterone levels, like I told you, receptors in the brain, so testosterone. So mood enhancing, self-awareness about yourself, feeling good about yourself, that happens in the brain, and that is hormone related in a lot of times. So if you can correct that problem, you might not have to give them antidepressants, or you might not have to take antidepressants. Now, some people, they have to take them, all right? It is what it is. cholesterol medication, some of these medications, you got to take it because your life is possibly depending on it, or mental stability possibly maybe depending on it. So I'm not telling you just stop taking your medications. But if there is a root problem, try to fix that problem before you start adding on or covering these problems up with Band-Aids. Like I see a lot of the different times, and a lot of patients come to us, you know, they don't get listened to by the practitioner. They get 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops. Our patients get 30 to 45 minutes with a practitioner, a medical doctor. At that point, they get all their questions answered. And if you don't, or you haven't, you contact me directly. I'll make sure that we take care of you. I promise you. I get a lot of people, they don't think that that is gold. I promise you guys, there's an issue and you try to contact me, I'm going to get back to you. I promise, no matter where I'm at in the world. That's the best thing about technology. The world. You can pretty much communicate wherever you want to whoever you want. You can do video conferencing, or you can call them, or you can even text them. So I love that about technology. You know, technology is great. It helps us in a lot of different ways, and it might hurt us in a lot of different ways. You know, people are getting lazier because of technology. It's so easy to do these things. Instant gratification for some of the things. It takes over. Another example I give is my son. I think we were more active at my age at 10 than he is at his age. And the reason is Nintendo was just coming out, right? We didn't know about video games. Atari was out and stuff like that. But, you know, my dad played Atari at that point. I didn't play Atari. I was out playing with my brothers, kids, being active, getting out there. I think the biggest distraction back then that parents and other people used to complain about was the telephone. Why are you on the telephone for half an hour, hours on end? Girlfriends talking to their boyfriends and such. I need to use the phone. You remember those days, right? It's crazy how we've advanced. It's just nuts. All right, so... All
right, we got a heads up here. We have issues with restream on Facebook. YouTube is up, so I posted it. And I posted redirected from Facebook to YouTube.
All right, so hey guys, I'm with you guys on Instagram. You guys are with me, I'm with you guys. So let's finish up the show. We talked about the components of HCG and an anti-estrogen. So let's go into the benefits of HRT. So benefits of HRT. Benefits of HRT, there's a lot of different things it's going to help you with. Like I said, sleep. It's going to help with energy. Should help with recovery, lean muscle mass, feeling a well-being. That means feeling good about yourself again, the confidence back. People lose that confidence about themselves and they think, why? Why am I broken down like this? Why do I feel like this? I don't know why I feel like this. And they feel like I'm depressed. I just don't know what's going on. I'm not myself. That's probably why. Have you blood tested and see where your hormones are at. And don't let a normal doctor tell you, well, like everything came back normal. I just went over this today with one of my tight nets. Now, normal on a testosterone total test from LabCorp is 264 to 916. That's what the reference range is. It's such a big reference range. So if you come back at 265, you are within normal limits. I don't care if you're 18 years old or you're 80 years old. You're normal. I don't care. No deficiency, no testosterone for you. I don't care how you feel. Here's some Viagra. Here's some antidepressants. I'll see you next month. Have a good one. All right? So that's not the way it should be. So you want to have optimal levels, right? Especially if you're younger. Usually younger, and we talked about this too. 18 to 21. You should be feeling your very, very best. That should have been your rock out years. Hormone-wise, testosterone-wise, you should be at your very, very peak. And then every year after that, you're going to start going downhill. And it's just a decline, and, you know, we basically... We die, you know, we go through our dying stages. It's just a slow death. You know, I hate to think of it like that, but that's what aging is. It's just a slow death. So we wither, we die. I think of flowers all the time. They go through their awesome blooming process. They look the best at that point, and then after that, they start withering, and they die, and they're gone. So it's just a circle of life. You gotta love it. But we want to keep you as young as possible if we can. Look at Art going away on the background. All right, so so HRT, many benefits. All right, and we're getting more and more research out there that is showing more and more benefits. So all those myths about cardiovascular problems and all that, those are starting to become myths themselves, because we're starting to see that it doesn't cause cardiovascular issues and such that all these doctors are so problematic about, even prostate. I just posted in our preventative medicine group an awesome research about post prostate cancer survivors going back on testosterone replacement therapy and actually helping them out. So it's really controversial, especially with older doctors and younger doctors, more cutting edge. They're going back and forth, but the research is starting to be there. And we have to think about it logically. Think about this logically. And this is the fact too, that most prostate cancer people, men, because men only have prostates, at that point, those guys have low testosterone or were deficient for testosterone. And they have prostate cancer. Now we think about young guys, right? 18 to 21. We just talked about that block. Those guys are at their peak of testosterone levels, the highest it's going to go. Now, were they healthy or were they not healthy? Did they have prostate cancer or not? No. That's what I'm saying. If you're at your healthiest and you have the highest peak, at that point, when you're at your oldest, you shouldn't be at the lowest peak. You should be right in the middle. I mean, it just depends on your age and what else is going on. If there's some serious issues health-wise, testosterone replacement therapy might not be for you. So it's not just for everybody. I want to make sure that we're clear on that. I mean, I think it does wonders for males and females and all these different aspects. But some people, it's a scenario-by-scenario case, and it might just not be for you. Not to say that we don't have other therapies for you, though. That's the cold hard facts. Hercules Potion, Titan Complete, ECA Stack Plus for some people. It's awesome.